YouTubers, good morning. Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. So people are asking me about the clouds in the sky and the smoke. We are getting it. Look behind me here. It's been smoky all weekend. I've been kind of under wraps or keeping it low. Sunday, Monday, I don't make any videos to let the channel breathe a bit so people can catch up on some of the videos on what's going on. Keep sending me the links. Keep sending me everything. I'll continue making videos as normal. But it is morning coffee with Mike. I am outside of my place, and you could tell can't even see the mountains behind me. Well, you can, but you can barely see them. But a few days ago, it was actually a lot worse than it was. And it was actually a lot worse than it was. I think Friday it was pretty bad. Saturday was pretty bad. And this is what's happening in Oregon and California. So you got the northerly winds pushing it. They say this smoke will dissipate by the time it reaches like southern parts of Alaska or southern parts of Whitehorse or Northwest Territory, Yukon Territory area there. So it's going to start dissipating as it reaches up that way. Anyways, let's go inside and let's take a look at a few things that's happening right now. Alrighty now. Okay, we are here and I am sitting down and it's time for a bit of morning coffee with Mike. Guys, we are, 40, 50 days away from the next major election in the United States. And the whole world's flipped upside down and around because we know, so like, let's look at it like this. So we had a discussion on Mike in the Night that Trump was already chosen. He's chosen for 2 terms, the whole 9 yards, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's a really very fair assumption to say. I'm not arguing it. But my question is now, if you want to have a discussion about it, is why are they trashing the country for? Why are they? If it's chosen, then okay. Then why is the media so one-sided? If the media should be in the know, or the media should be in the know to just let things run as normal, let things run as, you know what I'm saying? So that's a question I have. Like, why would they destroy the country? Because on the other end of the spectrum, when things are happening like this in the country and you're having this major unrest, it's because they're pushing the way they think they could fix racism, or the way they think they could fix equal pay, and the way they think they could fix all these problems is by using socialism. That's what they believe in, that this is the fix, right? To get the capitalistic dogs on top, basically dissolved or moved out, so to make way for equal living, and they think that communism is a way to fix and patch and repair all of these issues that we're having, right? And that's a big no-no, big no-no, big no-no. And you have a lot of enormous amount of people from Europe now moving back. I just had a good friend of mine move back to Spain this morning. He was with his bags, and he was with his wife and kids, and he's like, okay, we're moving back to Spain this morning. He posted on Facebook, we're good luck, Canada. I have some land there, and I have maybe some family, and we're going to make our way there. We're going to, So he sold his belongings and some of his stuff, and he says that's enough to get him to buy him a house in Spain. I'm like, really? That much money to buy a house in Spain? He's like, yep, super cheap. Anyways, so like a lot of people say, if you're might as well die. If you're gonna die, might as well die free and debt free, because free. So you might as well die like debt free and have nothing and be happy, than have loaded with debt and you're constantly doing things or working. Let's say working towards and doing something you don't like to continue working towards something you don't like, and then people get misinformed that believing that money is a way of happiness, or money is a way of pleasure. And that's the problem. When people start believing that money is pleasure and money is happiness, right? That's the mistake a lot of people make. When they start, well, I'm working, but I'm getting money, right? Isn't that making me happy? It isn't. It really isn't. So look at it from a different angle and you'll see what I'm talking about. That money changes everything, but it also brings things down, right? So I want to ask you guys a question. Like, honestly, if money was no object, right? And you just finished high school and money was no object, what would you do with the rest of your life? Would you pursue your passion in restoring cars? Would you pursue your passion on flying planes? Would you pursue your passion in playing golf? Would you pursue your passion in traveling? If money was no object, then what would you do? What would you do from high school instead of going to college and wasting 4 years of your life? Comment below. I want to know about that. Anyways, so we are not far from the election. So I wanted to ask you guys, if he's handled or put in place or he's set to win 2 terms, that's a good argument. But then why are they facing this massive decline? And it's only going to piss off the right, and they're going to arm themselves to the teeth. And once you get, again, people to the right, on the right-leaning, right, or people, conservative people, once you get them mad, they're sleeping giants. Once you get them mad, I mean, it's not a good thing to do. So why would they want to do that? Why would they? Anyways, that's a good question. You know, I've been wondering that. You know. So anyways, everything's flipped down, upside down, and in the world right now. And then there's some countries that are pushing this COVID incidents powerfully right now. They're pushing COVID. They're pushing COVID. They're pushing COVID. And then, like Australia right now is an absolute disaster. Then you got places like Kentucky where they're finally reopening, and I think they're opening Nevada. And you got a lot of governors apologizing for certain things they've done and apologizing for lying. So the United States looks like it's starting to reopen, and then they're starting to crunch the numbers and realize, okay, well, this many people really didn't die. It was this many. Same thing, like in other countries, are starting to realize that the numbers weren't, you know, and I'm hearing rumors of people that passed away in old care homes and stuff. And bodies were piling up because people weren't getting their medications. People weren't getting and people were afraid to work in those places. So yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that are now starting to come to light. It's going to take another 2 to 3 years before we start to see the impact of this. Whatever this is. I don't even know what it is anymore. So that's that. And election around the corner. COVID being, I don't know, pushed hard in some areas. Go to Mike in the Night that we just had a Mike in the Night. And we had Stephen Thomas on, who is an accountant broker living in Melbourne, Australia. And he's on total lockdown. And he's running out of funds. And he's in a pretty tight, precarious situation right now. So that's that. With that. And then we got people losing their minds. When I get some time today, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to make a compilation video for you guys. People are losing their minds. I got a video. I was watching the news from Atlanta, just local news from Atlanta. Some guy drove a car into a church. Drove it right through, smashed up all the pews right to the altar. He gets out of the vehicle, jumps on the roof of the car, and starts to dance. Then sees the chandelier in his way, takes the chandelier, rips it right out, and throws it. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know are people seriously going haywire? Is there some sort of component inside of us that is basically turning our minds to mush? I saw that. I thought that was like a meme or some sort of a joke where they staged the church, but it wasn't. And I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Then I'm looking at watching news from other parts of the States, local news. Just shootings. There was one that left me very emotional, actually, about the road rage. I think it was somewhere in Central Florida, or guy was in his car. They were in traffic. The car on the left, or the car behind him, tried to go up the guardrail and go up along the side, so he couldn't fit. The guy gets out of the car, shoots the driver in the head, and runs off across the highway and through somewhere else. And the police are looking for them, right? And what what was so sad about it was his wife and his three kids were outside the hospital, and they were just really taking this pretty hard. And they're like, my husband did nothing. Maybe, throw something at the car as you drive by, maybe swear at him. I get the finger all the time here in town. There's a guy in town that tells me off every time he sees me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just do that. But no, the guy gets out of the car, shoots him in the head. Okay, then the guy was on life support, and then they realized he was brain dead, and there was a bullet in his brain they couldn't remove. And so now they're donating his organs to help other families and stuff. But that really threw me. And then now, I don't know if anyone knows, but the whole global warming thing and overpopulation thing is taking the backseat to COVID, right? They wanted the whole global warming thing to be as big as the COVID thing is. They wanted this big, kind of like a shutdown thing, you know what I'm saying? And I have inside information from somebody that was in a group, high-level group chat, that basically they were asked in the chat, how do we make global warming more like COVID? How do we shut things down and use global warming as a template? That's what their project was to work on, and to give back information. So there's a lot of good people out there that are telling things to people, that are trying to let the cat out of the bag, so to say. So people could be in the know when it comes to, I guess, understanding or kind of being at one or at peace. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, I'll see if I could put a compilation video together for you guys. I just want to know what you guys think. I mean, one, is Trump being handled or whatnot, or being put in as at 2 terms regardless? Then why are they burning the country down? 2, what would you do with if from high school if money was no object? And don't say I'm going to buy the world. No. Be like realistically. 3, are people losing their minds? Are people losing their minds? Are people starting to, I guess, get enough of what they're taking, and then it's overdoing it or overdosing their mind? And then 3, are they putting global warming on the back burner now so they could have they could push this COVID full force like they're doing in Australia? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if the great leader of Canada can't pass this carbon tax bill. That he can't pass this carbon tax bill in the next week or two, and if he doesn't, I could believe of him. I could believe him shutting down the country for 24 months. Easy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Look forward to reading your comments, and this is just my opinions. Let me know what you guys think. Big hug to everybody. Everyone's doing good, guys. People ask about the family. Family's doing great. Kids are doing great. The smallest one is finally sleeping through the night. The kids are just back at school, and everything seems to be kind of streamlining nicely. Let me know what you guys think. Lots of love. I look forward to reading your comments, and we'll talk soon. Have a good day, guys.